Welcome to Shom Achshava on the Daf Shir Sponsor Lui Nishma Hasar B'Yakav Shalom Le'avas Yitzchok. We're holding in Horayos Daf Zayin. The Gemara, starting ready from Udalif throughout the Daf, speaks about the idea that a Kohen Mashiach, Kohen Gadol, is chayav only in a case of Helim Dovar im Shigigas Maise. Only if there's a psak halacha that the Kohen Gadol paskened and he followed through with the psak. But if he did not pasken, so that we don't have a din of the korban of the Kohen Gadol. And as Rashi points out, we'll see later in the Masechta, that if the Kohen Gadol who does just a mistake, just a regular shogeg, does not bring a korban at all. So the Or Hachayim, in beginning of Vayikro, when he brings this concept for the Yusif and the Pasuk L'Oshma Saham, that a Kohen Gadol needs to have a Horayos, and he adds, based on our daf, that if the Kohen Gadol is not mufli, is not a choshev, a tabichokam to paskin, he will never be chayav. Says the Or Hachayim, why is that so? So says the Or Hachayim, the pshat is like this. When a Kohen Gadol does a bad ma'aseh, he has Am Yisrael, he has the schus harabim to remove the sin that he did with the ma'aseh. But when a Kohen Gadol paskins halacha, when he's moired dovar, that makes a roishim gadol b'nishmasoi. It means a bad influence to his neshama, and the schus of Am Yisrael will not take away this b'kam. Now the Or Hachayim needs more explanation, because we know there's another one who has a special korban, which is the nasi, which is the king. And by the king, there's no such thing as a Horayos maise. And there's only a chiyuv when he does a shgaga. The Or Hachayim just explained to us that Kohen Gadol has the schus harabim, but not when he paskins. So why by the king doesn't have schus harabim, and why don't you need him to paskin? But the whole explanation in this, and this is a big yesod, has to do with these sugyas in general, is our Reb Tzadok HaKohen. He mentions it in a few different places, different ways, but one place where he says it very clearly is in the Sefer Kedusha Shabbos and Maimer Zayin. There he explains that we have a machshava dibur maise, and connected to each one, there's somebody in Klal Yisrael who represents that Maila. So he says the Navi represents Dibur. He's Niv Sfasayim. He's the one who speaks. The Melech represents Gedusha Samaise. All Am Yisrael are able to connect to the king and be Mekadesh the Maise. The Kohen is the Gedusha of the Machshava, because that's all the avoidance of Karbonis they are associated with Machshava. It's a yan of a Gedusha that belongs to the Machshava. And the highest level of Machshava Gedosha you can have is the Kohen Gadol, who is Kodesh Kadoshim. And this connects the Chazal and Sefer HaZoyar that say that in the Psukim that we're speaking about, the Choitim, it says, Asher Nosi Yechta. So the Lashon, when it says by the Kohen Gadol, it says, if you'll do a chait. Also by a yachid. But by a nasi, it says asher. That's right. It's clear he's going to do a chet. So Chazal tell us the pshat is every individual he's afraid of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, and is not sure he may do a chet, he may not. A Kohen Gadol as well. He always has yiras Hashem on him, and he's always scared of the chet. But a king is different. A king has gasus alev. He's responsible of the people, and therefore the Gas Alev is clear that for sure he's going to do a chet. According to Reb Tzadok, this is very understood. The Kohen Gadol is in need of machshava. By machshava, that's where a person is connected. That's the Mokam HaKedusha. That's where he always says Yiras Elokim. But the king is in need of the Maise. And that's where Gasas HaRuach can come. That's why a king is more tending to be doing a chet, because he belongs to the guf, to the Maise, not to the machshava. So that's the pshat in the Or Hachayim. The king, his ikar avodas the maise. Then you can't say that his maise will have schus harabim, because he needs to do the avoid of the maise. He represents the maise of Am Yisrael. So what Am Yisrael won't just rectify him because it's schus harabim. But the Kohen Gadol, his ikar avodas the machshava. His ikar avodas what he has in his mind. His maise is less important. So the maise can be clean with schus harabim of Am Yisrael. But his machshava, that's what gives his whole gedusha of the karbanis. So when the machshava did a chet, which is Horayos dover, he paskin halacha, he used the machshava in the wrong way, that he doesn't have a schus harabim. The king who doesn't use the machshava, that's not the avodah that he has. So we now look at psak halacha in order to mechayev him, because the psak halacha has to do with machshava. The king is not in the avodah of the machshava. The Kohen Gadol represents machshava, so the ikar sin depends on what he does with machshava, which is Horayos davar. That's what seems to be the chidush, the limud that Or Hachayim teaches us. Anyone who wants to join the Shom Machshava, email us to please email shomachshava@gmail.com.